All right, go ahead.
Well, we kind of already asked this, but you guys had to kind of win on AJ Green Day, right?
Yeah, you probably should, right? When the first jersey in our program's history goes up in the rafters, you probably should. And fun to, maybe a little thing. Maybe a lot of people thought about it, maybe not, but fun to. We made it felt like a lot of threes. I don't know what the number was, but Maxie got it going from three and made quite a few of them. And yeah, I mean, with him in the building, anytime one goes up, at least for me, as his head coach and our head coach right now, and you think about him a little bit. The impact that he had on our fans and our school, and yeah, it's cool to have him here, and really proud of him, but mostly appreciate and really grateful for Megan and President Nook getting our jersey retirement program in place for all of our sports, not just for men's basketball, for our entire athletic department, so that we now are able to put the best of our best up there and recognize and honor them the way that we should. So really, again, President Nook and Megan and her staff working through this and getting this in place.
Coach, the number was 12. 6 of those were from Max.
Yeah.
I mean, what's it like watching him play with the confidence that he appears to have right now?
Yeah, it's great. He that month of December, he was out, and that's a lot of practices and a lot of games, and so it takes a little bit just to get up and running. But he's playing as good as anybody on our team right now, and we're seeing it, offensively, the way he's moving the ball, but his approach, the confidence and aggressiveness to shooting the basketball, right? That has flipped, and we want him to shoot it every opportunity he gets. Seth and Mark have done a great job with putting in some things to get Max some looks from the three-point line. That's been a big part of it. But then the thing that doesn't get seen as often is Max's leadership. He's really improved defensively, and our guys feel that. But his leadership in our huddles, his communication at practice, he's got a lot of really good thoughts, a lot of really good reads and ideas while the game is going on. We come into the huddle and he's, I kind of do my thing, and either PJ or G, whoever's got the scout, kind of does theirs, and then Seth has, got a little time for some offensive stuff, and then Max is kind of holding on there to jump in and at any part, and it's really picked up here in the last month.
Over the last 3 games, at McMurray, for periods of play at Belmont and then today, is that what we've seen? Is that kind of like your team's finally starting to hit on every cylinder?
Yeah, we're sure feels like it. Right? I mean, we're getting closer. Having Tristan back, getting healthy, and I know we've talked about it a lot. Those of us that have been together a lot, getting healthy has been a big deal for us. We really missed Tristan when he was out, and he isn't fully back yet. He hasn't had a lot of practices yet. Just played maybe feels like 2.5 or 3.5 games that he's played. So he's still working his way back a little bit. But getting healthy, with him has been a big part of it. And then it just feels like our confidence and our camaraderie is continued to tick up, and that's been fun to be around.
What are your thoughts on Will's play? He got a couple fouls early, didn't play a lot in the first half, but he was a huge part of that run in the second.
Yeah, he's played his best ball of the year the last 4 to 5 weeks. Right? What we saw in the second half is what he's been giving us for 5, 6, 7 games in a row now, and similar to Max, what I talked about with his confidence. Max has really found his stride, and his confidence is way up. Will's is the same. Will's confidence right now, he's such a terrific young guy, right? That he wants to make sure that he's fitting in with his teammates, right? And 6, 7, 8 games ago, whichever one it was, we just talked about, hey, you got to go get some stuff for us. You got to go make some plays because you can, right? And for him, sometimes that line of being a little bit selfish, as opposed to doing what our team needs, right? So he has now certainly crossed that point, and man, he's played great here the last month.
With Arch Madness, a few weeks down the road, how is it important for your team to come out and play like this in this type of a game where there's a lot of energy? It feels like there is a little bit of something on the line. I guess is that kind of a part of this?
I don't know. I don't think it is yet. No, I think